One. All right, I think we're here. I think we're good to go.
I think we're here. I think we're good.
Hello,
to go.
everyone. As was
mentioned in chat, I'm one of the newer streamers here, and today I'll be doing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stones for the Game Boy Color Glitchless. It will take about 2.5 hours. The music is jamming, and I think we're going to have a good time. So I think we can start a timer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. All right. So this is one of the earlier Harry Potter games that was still in sort of the RPG style. The first minute of the game is pretty much just a talking simulator. So we're going to see Harry try out a few wands before we find the one that fits Harry the most. And there it is. With a loud lightning and cool special effects, we have our wand. So as I said, this is a glitchless run. I think most of the people who are familiar with this game are more familiar with the N% speed runs. I usually when I speedrun, I go for glitchless speedruns, not because I have anything against glitches, just because it's what I enjoy the most. I do find it fascinating what people come up with when in terms of like glitch for the game. But oh my god, this guy always ruins the walking here. But yeah, growing up with this game, I just knew the game from the back of my hand, so that when I started running this, I pretty much immediately began with glitchless. So we got our card sets from the guy we met outside the shop, and we picked the second deck, which allows us to have the card spell Sickle Seek, which when used in a battle, after the battle we will end up with more money. Which we are going to be using for the first mini-boss that we're going to encounter in a little bit. Before we head to the first mini-boss, we are going to have to level up. And for that we need to beat 7 reds. But hopefully we don't stay here too long. This has glitchless. It does have glitchless. It's. I think I am one of 3 people on the on the speedrun.com leaderboard. Survey-based Harry Potter. This is. I used to play a lot of Harry Potter as a kid, and then when it got to like Harry Potter 4 and 5 for Game Boy Advance and DS, I started enjoying it less and less because I really do enjoy the turn-based RPG vibes. So now that I've picked it up again, I'm pretty much only speedrunning the RPG games. There we go. We got our level up. Now we go into Gringotts. And we're ready for the first mini-boss. I'm gonna quickly pick up a Wingwell potion here, a health potion. And then at the start of all of this, in classic Harry style, he gets himself in trouble and we have to do all of this on our own. So preferably we'd get through the entire cave system here without any encounters, but as long as we can flee on the first turn, it's not too bad. I'm just gonna quickly focus on hopefully spotting anything that gets in my way. And there we are. So we are going to rely on a tiny bit of RNG here. And there we go. That's the first thing that went wrong. Preferably Harry doesn't miss in this fight, but if we can get a few misses from the big red in, then that would be very nice. Hopefully we don't have to reset very early on. There we go. The two small rats are out of the way. Now it's just a big rat remaining. And he just isn't missing. I'm not sure if we are in one hit range, so I might need to use a health item again. Okay, misses again, that's good. And hopefully Harry doesn't miss. There we go. Nice. And this is also very nice. There's a small chance at the end of that battle that we get some pretty powerful boots. And we happen to get them there. So that's gonna make the few upcoming fights a little easier. There's a few items that we can get from different enemies that are kind of overpowered. The boots are pretty much the first item that we have the possibility of running into. Another one that people who know this game are probably familiar with is the belt that drops from trolls. If we happen to get that, that would be amazing. That is probably one of the most overpowered items in the game. Except for a bunch of the like end game items. Movement not very optimal, but at least we got through it without any encounters there. And now we got our money, we got a shopping list from Hagrid, and it's time to buy our first shopping supplies. Or school supplies, rather. First thing that we have to get, and I still don't know what the purpose of is this potion bag. But we have to get it, so might as well run into a stranger in the shadows. Very, very responsible of Harry to talk to strangers. We get our pot, our cauldron, and all that's left now is get ourselves some cloves. Oh my god, this guy is always in the way. But now we just need to get our cloves and get our books, and we are set for school. Three of those, one winter cloak. We have to get the gloves, the hat. Normally we'd also get the boots here, but because we got the boots from the rat, we don't have to. There we go. And last but not least, our books. And that's pretty much everything for Diagon Alley. Now we just get to Hagrid here, who sends us off to platform 9 3/4. So we can get on the Hogwarts Express. as with most of the RPG games in Harry Potter, there's a lot of dialogues, a lot of talking, but luckily this game isn't too bad. When I started speedrunning the second GBC game, I really noticed how much dialogue actually is in that game. So now we make our way all the way to the back of the train where we find Ron. And yet again, we have another talking simulator. So due to this run being glitchless, we are going to have to grind for some experience, some levels throughout the game. We had our first like small quote-unquote grind at the start of the game with the rats, getting that level up. After the whole train sequence, we will have our second small grind. After that, we have 2 big experience grinds ahead of us, which do take a significant amount of time, but hopefully with a bit of good RNG, the first one won't take too long. So preferably, and there he goes, preferably in this fight, Malfoy misses at least once. Either that or we get a crit. And this will put us in the position of being able to win pretty much all of the time, as long as Harry doesn't miss. And Malfoy apparently has the shittiest aim of any wizard known to man. And there we go. Malfoy fight over. And that's the end of the train. So after the Malfoy fight, you pretty much have to like talk to 4 people, and usually it gives you a chance to talk to a few of the characters and hearing what they have to say. But luckily you can also talk to one character 4 times, and it also counts, so we just have to talk to Ron a few times. Quickly grab the potion here. And this is where our second small grind starts. We are going to have to level up at least twice, and after that we will probably get, or we will probably take another few battles in order to get a bit more experience, because after this is probably the most tedious grind ever. A sort of RNG dependent experience grind. So the more experience that we can get here, sort of the better, but also we don't want to stay here for too long. This is also not too effective with the enemies here, not giving a lot of experience. There we go, that's our first level. And hopefully we'll run into a few clams when it comes to the battles here. Because clams give the most experience for the amount of times that you have to hit them. And these dragonflies are pretty much the worst thing that we have to fight, but they are also the most common. And depending on how many dragonflies we get, we might run into a little bit of trouble experience-wise. and magic point wise, but here we have a battle with a clam, and usually that gives us enough space to have enough magic points for leveling up and not get into trouble. Otherwise you might end up in a scenario where you have no magic points, the only spell you can use is Flipendo, and you're against an enemy that is very resilient against Flipendo. There we go. We should be approaching the next level up. I'm hoping we can get it here. Uh-oh. Luckily we can still kill these dragonflies with Flipendo, but I hope that this is going to be enough. Moment of truth. Oh, fuck. Well, do I have a pepper up potion? I do not, and I don't think Flipendo is very effective against the clams. No, it's not. So let's hope we can get a potential battle with just dragonflies. Nope. Oh god. Okay, there we go. Open this enough. There we go. Okay, good. We got this last fight in, and then we're good to go. Oh, it's just a dragonfly. Okay, so that was a little bit of an unfortunate sequence of events there, but we got through it. That's all that matters. Normally this run takes about 2 hours and 15 to 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I am going to take a little bit of a safe route here. I'm getting some potions that I normally wouldn't pick up, and giving ourselves some time at the shops to pick up some extra items in case we need to. But if all goes well, then we still should be looking at maybe like a 225. Oh my god. But the biggest, yeah, the biggest issue I have with the movement in this game is that if you run into a wall or a corner, even if you move diagonally, you're still running into that wall and you can't move. So you sometimes just have to turn your brain off and move away from the wall in order to move around again. Here we have our sort of our third mini boss, depending on which enemies you see as a mini boss. But this is probably one of the easiest ones, since it doesn't do a lot of damage and we just spam Flipendo. A very easy fight. Pick up a potion here, and we are done with this section. So now that we've made it to school, there's going to be a few things that we are going to have to do in a little bit. One of them is the very tedious grind that I was talking about. We have to get 6 level ups, but we have to hope that we get some good fights that we are able to beat. Since we do start quite weak. Other than that, we have to go on a little side quest in order to find out the password into the common rooms. And we have to make our first stop to the Fred and George shop to get some more Wizard and Witches cards in order to get more Sickle Seeks during the battle. Which we are going to use in the grind. So that afterwards we can get some good gear, which will help us with the battles throughout the run. We made it into Gryffindor. Let's run. And now it's time for the feast to commence. So with a lot of these sort of really small cutscenes like this, there's gonna be a ton of flash banging pretty much in the game. Here's our first encounter with Peeves, who is going to antagonize us through multiple stages of the game. The first thing that we're going to have to pick up here is some wormwood from McGonagall's bookcase. I don't know why she has it in there, but I guess, you know, a bookcase is about as good as any place for a stash for any of the teachers here. So first things first, we're gonna go pick up some money in order to get ourselves a bunch of Wizards and Witches cards. So I think with these spots you can get up somewhere between like 100 and 200 sickles. And so far we've been getting pretty good RNG when it comes to the amount of money that we're getting, which is very nice. Talk to the painting here. And that is the start of the side quest that we need to do in order to get the password. Otherwise the tie that we need for Nearly Headless Nick doesn't spawn. The Aconite from here. So once we're done with the grind, we actually get into the gameplay. And the first thing that we have to do is complete a bunch of classes. One of which is herbology, and that is why we are picking up these herbs. We actually have a lot of money. What I might do, we don't need that many cards. Might actually pick up this robe here, which will make us quite powerful already for the start. That's probably the most money I've ever had here. And down here we can take a shortcut down to the basement. There's going to be a lot of shortcut uses in this run. I think the any percent run does even more shortcuts because they have the lighting glitch, which I think makes it possible to use the shortcuts during what would normally be nighttime as well. We got the tie going back up here, and now we are going to the 4th floor, and we're going to the nurse's office, the hospital wing, where we are going to have our first tedious experience grind. Get a wing weld there. Heal ourselves up, and we are ready to start. So this is sort of a pretty good battle. I'm not sure if we, oh, never mind. I'm pretty sure we are going to be able to beat this. But this or single enemy fights is pretty much what we're looking for with these runs, or during this grind. This is also a perfect opportunity to use our first sickle seek. And there we go. So we need 6 level ups. We got our first one already. So now we only need 5 more level ups. Ooh, this is gonna be a rough one. Besides the level ups that we're grinding for, we are also trying to get the upgraded Vertimilius to make battles here a bit easier. But this green spider is one of the 2 enemies over here that Vertimilius is not very effective to. So we're going to have to use Vertimilius here. And it's also a more powerful spider. Oh! No! Oh my god, Harry. I swear to god. Oh, that would have been so clutch if that worked. Unfortunate. So this is anything with this big rat is something that we want to avoid during the early battles. But we do have some healing items. The candies that we got from the smaller battles are very helpful in here, because we don't have to die to reset our HP or go to the nurse to reset our HP. Which I'm going to do right now, actually. Because we're not too powerful yet, I don't want to risk too much, and it sometimes it's quicker to go into a battle and die in order to reset your HP, but sometimes, in my opinion, it's probably quicker to heal the nurse. So let's see if we can have a shot at redemption. One of the things that we do have to watch out for during these runs is it is possible to accidentally skip the enemy's turn with like sort of a frame perfect A press. So I am trying to avoid it as much as possible. There we go. We got our second level up, 4 more to go. Ooh. Yeah, this is a rough one because these frogs can poison us, and if they don't poison us, it might be worthwhile to try and battle them. But in this case, I rather not. We do have antidotes, but it's just gonna take so much time for not a lot of experience. This is a nice fight to have. Any battle with one enemy is always nice during the early stages of the grind. There we go, 3 more levels to go. This is going pretty well. I think having the money to buy that robe just before the grind really helped us out here. There we go, use another sickle seek. And hopefully somewhere during the next few battles we should also be able to level up for the Milius, which will make the battle significantly easier. So at that point we are able to one-shot enemies that normally would take 2 hits. There we go. Let me heal up a little bit. Technically 120 HP as we just had is pretty much enough for most fights that we can encounter, but sometimes every little bit of HP matters in this this section. Go get some more money, get some more stacks. Not sure if we're going to level up from this. Hopefully we are, but I'm not certain. No. There we go, quickly heal up. Get back to the fight. Kind of lost track for level 9, yeah, 3 more levels. Don't get a lot of experience from these sort of rats, but you know, while we encounter them, we might as well go for them. And there we go. Gotta level up. 2 more to go. Rats are great, but preferably in this section, we mostly get the, oh god, I'm colorblind. Blue rats, purple rats, I'm not sure. There we go, get our sickle seek. I feel like we were making very fast progress during the early stages of the grind, but we sort of slowed down a lot. Pretty much if we can, I don't see the timer because I only have the chat of the stream up and not the actual stream. But if we finish this grind anywhere before the 40 minutes mark, then we are pretty solid. 34 minutes at the moment. We're not doing too bad. Still no level up. Yeah, I'm gonna go heal real quick. Okay, if we can win this is a lot of experience, but I don't have very high hopes for this battle. We might as well give it our best. All the misses are very much appreciated. Except if Harry misses, then it's not very appreciated. Okay. Actually doing pretty well. Potion-wise, we are also doing very solid. Got a crit there. That's amazing. Oh, I'm not sure if we still have a Sickle Seek. That's gonna give us a ton of money. Nice, that was a really good fight. Yeah. Okay, one more level, and we've got the upgraded Vertimillious. It's gonna make the last few fights very easy, except if we come across an enemy that we can't use Vertimillious on. The amount of experience that we got with that spider fight, there is a good chance that we might level up here. And there we go. We're done with the grind. Okay, that is a really fast grind. $36.51. Damn. That is pretty much among my my better times. So I don't wanna jinx it, but well, not only PB pace, but if we get good RNG, it's all going to be in the next part during the potions class. If we get good RNG for the snake fangs, then we are possibly even on WR pace. A solid start on that hospital grind as well. That one good spider fight really helped us out here. But now it's time for potions class, and we'll see how good our RNG at the moment actually is. I'm not sure if we got a lot of pepper up potions, but I did see when it comes to Wiggenweld potions, we were doing pretty solid, pretty stacked on those. So I might get a few pepper up potions here, but mostly why we're here is to get some upgraded gear. Now the gloves we are not going to upgrade because we do still need the gloves that we are currently wearing. But the hat and the belt we can replace. The robe we already did replace. Here, let me get a few pepper ups, and might as well get some wig welts as well, since we do have the money. Normally I take a bit more of a risky route, not picking up as much or as many potions in like the spots where you can find them, and also at the shops. But taking that risky route is gonna give us a problem during one of the boss fights. Particularly the boss fight against the troll, where Hermione is stuck in the toilet with the troll. But now with all these potions, we are pretty much good to beat that troll. So now Neville screwed up his potion there, and we have to get a few ingredients in order to get a potion that will fix Neville up. One of the ingredients is boomslang skin that we can find here. Neville just died, yeah. And the 2, or rather 3 other ingredients that we need, we'll be able to find on the school grounds. We need 2 pairs of beetle eyes and snake fangs. The beetle eyes we'll be able to find here in Hagrid's garden. Because rather luckily for us, he is currently getting rid of some beetles. We got our beetle eyes, and now we are going to have to fight some snakes and hope to get snake fangs here. Oh. Few mispresses there, but it worked out. So preferably, oh god, pressing all the wrong buttons. Preferably we just fight snakes here. The snail is pretty tanky, so it'll delay the battle a little bit, but any fight with snakes that we can get, we'll take. I'm not entirely sure what the drop rate for snake fangs is, but sometimes we get it after the first fight, sometimes it takes like 10 or 15 fights, and there we got it after the first fight, so great RNG there on the snake fangs. And we are about to finish potions class in a really quick time. And now that we've finished our potion class, we got our class list, and we'll have to do a few of the daily classes that you'll usually get at Hogwarts. First of all, we are going to Quidditch class, where once again Neville gets in a bit of a precarious spot. As a kid, I always recognized myself in Neville, because I was also the kid that always things would happen to. Here he broke his wrist, and in that process he also dropped his Remember All. Now we have to chase Malfoy in this minigame where we have to dodge these weirdly shaped bushes. And the minigame is a little glitchy. I'm not entirely sure why, but it does sometimes make it a little hard to read where everything is, but we got through everything without hitting any bush. So that's our first class done. Now we get into herbology, for which we did pick up 2 of the ingredients. Come get it, Potter! We can find a third ingredient that we need to find for herbology class over here. Oh. And that is 3 out of the 6 ingredients that we need to get. The other ones will be pretty close by once we start this class. Yeah, this is the first class where Neville doesn't get in trouble or in any sort of dangerous situation. And we just have to find some herbs in order to sort of identify him, I guess, is the class. First that we still need to find is the asphodel root, then the mandrake root, and the last one we do need to walk a little bit for, but it is right over here and nicely blocked by an enemy, but we got there. That is all the ingredients that we need to gather. Now that we've finished that class, or sort of finished that class, in order to actually finish it, we do need to pop by Professor Snape's office real quick in order to get some potion recipes. Now we're done with that class. The upcoming class is the reason why we didn't upgrade our gloves when we did have the chance to. Because the gloves that we're currently wearing are the only gloves that we can use in order to pick up the candle that turned into a rabbit that we need to find here. If we are wearing any other type of gloves, we'd have to fight the rabbit, and would just take a lot longer. But I think we're wearing like dragonhide gloves, or I don't know, I'm not entirely sure what we're wearing, but these will allow us to just pick up the rabbit without any issues. And that's the entire class. So now we're done with this class. We do get my favorite spell, Incendio. But we also now have to go to my least favorite class of the entire game, which is Charms. And the Charms class in this game, for anyone who's familiar with, knows the struggle, but it's pretty much just a memory game, where we have to remember a sequence of inputs. And my memory is not the greatest. So time to focus here. Up, left, right. Up, left, right. Up, left, right, down, down. Up, left, right, down, down. Up, left, right, down, down, right, left. Up, left, right, down, down, right, left. So preferably we'd get something that we can see a pattern in, but sometimes these patterns can get extremely random and hard to remember. Like this is an easy pattern, the left, right, up, down. Left, right, up, down. Right, right, okay. Left, right, up, down, right, right. Usually I like sequence these patterns in my head in order to remember them better. Down, up. So instead of remembering 8 things there, I remembered 3 sequences of movements. Left, left, right, up, down. Okay. Left, left, right, up, down. Left, left, right, up, down. Right, up. Left, left, right, up, down, right, up. Left, left, right, up, down, right, up, up, left. Left, left, right, up, down, up. Left? Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Press A, not B. That class has gotten me into trouble a few times already. Okay, so I'm pretty sure HP wise we're doing pretty well, and the reason I say that is because for the Defense Against the Dark Arts class we run into Peeves again, who curses us with mucus ad nauseum. Which, it's similar to, for those who've played Pokemon, if one of your Pokemon's poisoned, you walk around every few steps, they get 1 poison damage. This is pretty much the same. And we are already pretty stacked on potions, but since I was going to do the safe route for this run, might as well continue with it. Because when we are poisoned, we can go to the nurse, and normally she just heals us, but before she heals us here, first we can get a potion. And then she heals us. So normally you'd have to go through a whole sequence of events, going to the librarian, hearing that the book that we're looking for isn't there, and finding clues and everything, but we can also just head straight into the area that we need to be in, which is through the television. I guess it's very weird. But here we have the one troll fight in the game that we can get the Bastion belt from, and if we do happen to get it, that will be really nice. But if we don't, it's not too bad. Luckily the troll doesn't hit for too much. It just takes a long fight because a long time because he does have a lot of HP. And there we go. Let's see. We didn't get a belt, unfortunately, but there's the curse book. And very importantly, we also learned the spell Mucus ad Nauseam. There's also a bit of money there that we can pick up. And now we're good to return to the Defense Against the Dark Arts class. and tell Professor Quirrell that we've finished our quest. Now it's time for the final class of today, which is also my favorite class of the entire game. It's History of Magic, where we get into a conversation with I always forget his name, but a ghost professor, and he tells us how much we look like our dad, and then some conversation about like a witch and wizards trading card, and we have to retrieve it. And Harry happens to remember the stranger he talked to in Diagon Alley, who does happen to be offering the one card that Harry's looking for. But, you know, with as with any class of this game, we're going to get in a little bit of trouble, because, as we are about to see, the vault that we're going in, his vault, in order to retrieve the card, happens to be trapped. And as with any good RPG, we have to fight some giant rats. But this fight does occasionally give me trouble from time to time, but we might be able to get through this without too much issues. We might have to use some Wingwell potions here, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna preemptively use one just in case we might get a crit from the rat. So I think the rat has about 200 HP, so we are pretty much in one hit position. There we go. Oh, and we actually got some pretty good gloves there. I wasn't even sure you could get those gloves there. Might as well equip them already. There we go. And that is pretty much the class done. That's all our classes done. And now we are about to get tricked by Malfoy, because Malfoy is offering us a wizard's duel. So Harry and Ron are planning to duel Malfoy in the middle of the night. However, Malfoy has planned to trick us by not showing up, but telling Filch that we are walking around at night in order to catch us. And while we are out at night, there are a few teachers that are on watch in order to catch any students out of bed. But lucky for us, they're blind. I don't know what it is but you can pretty much just walk in front of all the teachers and they won't catch you. And here we've made it to the 3rd floor. There's Filch and Mrs. Norris who are out to find us. Oh my god. Sometimes you can just run into that doorway and not go through for some reason. I'm not sure what it is. Here we are still being chased by Filch, so we have to go into hiding. A little bit different than how it goes according to the movie or the book, I think. But this is where we have our first encounter with Fluffy. Ooh, I don't know how the hell we managed to evade that encounter, but we did. Good stuff. And the teachers are still blind. I'm guessing they might be asleep already, just like standing up, sleeping. It is a little bit ominous how they're just standing there and not doing anything, but there we go. We made it back. And this is what I was talking about with some of the shorter cutscenes and things like that that sometimes just flashbang you over and over again. Here's the part I was talking about with Hermione and the Troll, where usually I run into some issues when it comes to potions. HP and magic wise, we will need to heal real quick before we have to go into the fight and everything. Because unfortunately we didn't get a level up from the rat fight in the vault. Now it's time for us to be heroes. And here we have Harry nicely hiding behind the corner. Ron being in plain sight, but Snape still not noticing him. And here's my favorite sprite in the entire game. The little chubby troll. That, you know, is like 6 or 7 feet max in this perspective. Oh. As those who are familiar with this game, they know that normally this game would be in like 4:3 ratio instead of 16:9, but I kind of grew up playing this game mostly on Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Advance SP, whatever the thing on my webcam, whatever the console on my webcam is, or quote unquote webcam. I always forget which one's the SP and which one's the normal advance, but I always played it on those, and there was the option to widen the screen, so I always did that because I didn't like having the black bars. That's why now that I speedrun it, I also still just always play in 16:9. I mean, we might as well heal just in case we get a crit, because it has happened to me. Ooh, speaking of crits, that was a juicy one. Ah, nice. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. There it is. We saved Hermione. And with the crits that we got and the misses that the troll had, actually didn't need to use as many potions as I normally might have to use. So even though we are kind of saving it here by picking up as many potions as we can, we didn't even need to. But you know, the more potions we save right now, the more potions we can use later on. Because there are a few fights near the end of the game that we might have to use some potions on. And now... oh, fuck. Now we've reached the part of the game where pretty much 90% of the time, if you don't know what you have to do, going to Hagrid is a solid chance that you're doing it right. Because there are going to be so many times in the upcoming probably like hour where we just have to go to Hagrid every single time. This is one of the exceptions. Here we have another encounter with Peeves, where he steals our Christmas presents and ends up also getting us in trouble with Filch. Because what Peeves has done is he's hidden the items in what I think is like Filch's storage. Right over here. And there he is. We lose some house points, but you know, it is what it is. Luckily for us, it doesn't matter too much whether or not we win the House Cup. I don't think I've ever won it. I'm not sure if it even is possible to win the House Cup when you're speedrunning this. Because there's a lot of side things that you can do in order to win the House Cup, in order to get some house points, like returning the curse book, the librarian, and things like that. There we go. It's time to open our Christmas presents. We got a flute from Hagrid. Ron's got a sweater from his mom. We got 50 pence from our very generous uncle and aunt. Got some cards. Ron doesn't tell us what he gets from his last present, which, you know, kind of rude, but whatever. And the last present that we got is our invisibility cloak. And Harry being Harry, right from the get-go, he decides, you know what? Let's be up to no good. Let's do a little bit of tomfoolery cause a little mischief. And we have to go out and go to the library into the forbidden section, where it's very important for us to pick up a spell book. Oh. Trying to avoid it, but my finger was still on the up button. There we go. Managed to avoid that one at least. And we've made it into the library. And here is the restricted section. First of all, we need to go to this bookcase in order to pick up Locomotor Mortis, which is a paralyzing spell. Any other thing that we have to pick up was the book where we... I'm guessing we learned a little bit about Nicholas Flamel. Or no, wait. It was the book that like yelled, which got us in trouble. But luckily, wearing the invisibility cloak, we were able to stay away from all the teachers looking for us. However, unfortunately, the stairs up to the 6th floor are blocked off. So we have to go to the side here and go into this hallway, which Snape and Filch then block off. And in this room is where we find the mirror of what's it, Erised? Desire backwards. And out of nowhere there's Dumbledore. And Dumbledore sent all the teachers off to bed. And we are clear to go again. If we do happen to accidentally run into an enemy and that enemy happens to be a troll and just a troll, we might just go for that in order to maybe pick up the belt. But otherwise we are probably just going to flee from every single fight that we encounter from here on out that isn't part of the intentional grind. Just coming up. Because we have to go to Hagrid's again. There's a lot of walking in this game. I think they sort of fixed that in the later games, making all the hallways and such a little smaller. But it's also nice to just vibe to the good music they have in this game. Oh. And here we are at Hagrid's, and Hagrid happens to be hatching a dragon egg. Norbert. And in order to feed the dragon, Hagrid sends us off to slay and bring back some chickens. And this is pretty much where the the last tedious grind happens. I forget to stand somewhere around here, and this is the spawn point for all the chickens. So after every fight, we are just going to have to spam A and get into the next chicken fight. And here there's a few things that we have to do. We, of course, have to level up a bunch of times, and with a bunch of times I mean a lot of times. But we also have to level up both Incendio and Flipendo. Because those spells are the two spells that we are going to have to use a lot in the end game, in the chamber of... No, not the Chamber of Secrets, the Philosopher's Stone chambers. I know my games. I don't know, is there a name for the place where the Philosopher's Stone is hidden? Oh my god. So this being a pretty old game, if a lot of things are happening at once, the game, you know, tends to slow down a little bit. And one of the times when it happens in here is when there's a lot of enemies on the field. So I don't mind it too much if Harry misses. But if he misses on the first chicken, it takes so much time. But yeah, we are going to be here for a while. I'm not exactly sure which level we have to be at, but pretty much when our magic points, which are now at 61, reach 120, 125, that is when we are good to go. I tried to move up again, but I pressed the wrong button. Ah, nice. A good crit. Yeah, usually this would be a good time. Since this is sort of a little bit like GDQ, this would be a good time to read out any donations if those are part of here. But I don't think I don't think that's a thing that's done here. But yeah, pretty much this is. This is where we are going to be for the next, I think, 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. That is the one downside I think of this glitchless run, is that this grind takes a lot of time. The hospital grind still has quite a lot going on. The RNG makes it a little interesting. But here it's literally just stand in one spot, kill chickens, and do that for for a significant portion of the game. Oh god, and Harry misses again on the first chicken. But while we're at this, I can tell a little bit about the end game, the rooms that we kind of have to go through in order to get to Voldemort at the end. So most of the rooms are pretty much just boss fights. We'll just have to know which spells to use and what order and everything, and then everything should be alright. The two rooms that annoy me the most is first the key room. Apparently there's supposed to be a way to get through the keys pretty easily, but from what I gathered and what I think I understand about it is like going to along the right side of the screen, but that has just never worked for me. So I always just have to kind of suffer through the entire ordeal. And there's also one puzzle in the rooms, which is crafting the potion in order to get through the flames before the final room. And that puzzle, to give you an estimate of how much I hate it, my current time, which I have on speedrun.com, or at least I'm pretty sure it's the current one that's on there, would have been world record, but I had to go through all the rooms twice because I failed the potions room. It's kind of the strat that I have ended up going for, since you need to pick a cauldron from a list of cauldrons and pick a bunch of ingredients, and I usually try to find like a combination that has none of the right ingredients, and then use that in order to find the ingredients that are right. But sometimes it's just so hard to find, and you just get stuck with the limited amount of options that you have for that puzzle. Sometimes it can just go wrong, and if it goes wrong and you fail the puzzle, you have to start all over again. But if everything goes well, right now the world record for this for the glitchless run, I think, is 2 hours and 17 something, if I recall correctly. But sub 210 is 100% possible. Sub 2 hours, not 100% sure. I feel like if you have like the most god tier RNG with all of the grinds, a ton of crits, ton of misses from the enemies, then just maybe sub 2 hours is possible. But other than that, I wouldn't put any money on it. But that's the sub 210 is pretty much what I've been trying to get with the risky strats that I was talking about early on, where I kind of leave a lot of the potions in order to save every single second that I can. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to get a solid run with that yet. Either I get stuck halfway with the troll at Hermione, or I mess up at the end. But with how well the start went, the amazing RNG that we had with the hospital grind, the first try with the snake fangs for potions class, who knows, maybe even with the safe route we'll be able to set a new world record time. I don't want to jinx it, but the possibility is 100% there. And one of the issues that can happen with this chicken grind, since besides grinding for experience to get level ups, we are also trying to level up Incendio and Flipendo. But in order to also, save time, the Flipendo grind can start a little late, because it does take some time, and it does take a few levels before we get to a point where we are able to one-shot the chickens with Flipendo. But it does cause for some nervous situations where you're approaching the last level up and Flipendo still hasn't leveled up. And I think once or twice I've gotten in the situation where I've reached the level I want to be at, but Flipendo still hadn't leveled up. But if that were to happen, what I might try to do, depending on how much we've been Flipendoing at that point, I might just roll with it, because we do have to use Flipendo a bunch during the rooms that lead to the Philosopher's Stone. And there is a possibility that with that we might be able to level up Flipendo before the fight with Voldemort, which is where we kind of need it. And there we go, we've leveled up Incendio. But before we go into Flipendo, we are somewhat of a low level here. So I might just quickly go through the first 2 chickens with Incendio. And then see how much we're hitting with Flipendo on the last chicken. And also Incendio Duo just looks incredibly cool, in my opinion. I mean, look at that. That is a cool spell. Okay, so 22, and I'm not sure if that's a high hit or a low hit. 23, okay. So we are getting kind of close to being able to one-shot these chickens. The chickens have 25 HP. But if we can't one-shot the chickens with Flipendo, especially with that first chicken, it just takes a lot of time. As I talked about, the battles are significantly slower when there's more enemies on the screen. So I might just switch between Incendio and Flipendo for the first few fights while we level up. A 49, which means that we are pretty close to being able to one-shot chickens. I'll probably switch between Flipendo and Incendio for at least one more level though. Alright, so I'm guessing we might be hitting between 23 and 25 now. To 24, so it doesn't tell us much. I feel like Harry hasn't missed yet on like the second or the third chicken. Anytime Harry has missed, it's always been on the first chicken, which is the worst chicken to miss on. If he misses on the third chicken, you know, it's fine. It happens. But missing on the first chicken, it just... it takes so much time. $47. Okay. Yeah. There we go. $50. Nice. So we can hit 25s already. Gain a level. I have a feeling that our low hits are still 24s. Let me just kill the first chicken with Incendio and then Flipendo from then on out. There is like a level at which, or there are levels at which these base hits kind of jump by 2 instead of 1. Also, that crit was very nice. But yeah, I don't want to risk having like a possibility for a 24 low hit. But seeing that 27 high hit, I think we might be good. I think we're probably hitting between 25 and 27 now. Which means as long as we hit, we always one hit the chickens. Never mind. Of course, I get proven wrong on the first chicken. Just jebaited me in the previous fight with all the nice 26 and 27 hits, and then it just goes straight down from there. But we leveled up, it seems, so I don't want to say it out loud. We should be able to always one hit these chickens now. Get some nice crits, and I think we've started early enough that we are also going to be in time with the Flipendo level up before we reach our desired level, which is 4 more level ups. One thing that I haven't pointed out that I do like about the chicken fights, I don't know if anybody noticed yet, but the music that plays for the chicken fight is the boss music, implying that these chickens are boss fights. I don't know if it's like a joke from the developers of like, oh, let's have these really weak enemies, but put boss fight music over it, or if it's just like, since they're sort of quest fights, They have boss fight music. But nevertheless, I do really enjoy that there is boss fight music here. Yeah, we gotta level up. We have 3 more to go. And after that, we are finally done with every single experience grind in this game. And we just have to make our way towards the end. Lots of grinding. There's a lot of grinding in this speed run. Probably of the like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something that a run can be. I'm guessing like maybe 45 minutes to an hour of it is just grinding. So if you are planning to speed run this, be aware of that. I don't mind it too much because it is quite relaxing. It is quite relaxing to do, since especially in this later part where we have to flipendo everything. You just have to spam A. But for streams, live streams and everything, it can be a little I don't want to say scary, but you are getting into a part of the game where you can't really describe a lot of what's going on. You're just fighting chickens. And normally during my own streams I'd maybe talk about things that happened to me, but now during a speedrun events I kind of just want to focus as much of the talking on the game itself. But if there's not a lot of the game going on, that becomes really hard. But we are reaching the end. We only have 2 more levels to go. And I think Flipendo should be approaching Flipendo Duo as well. And there it is. Kind of just want to incendio everything. I've always thought about we kind of do need Flipendo during the Voldemort fight, but if you were to use just Incendio during these fights, maybe there's a chance you can get it up to Incendio Tria? I'm not sure which word they use in this game. I haven't seen it in a while. Since I never get to any 3rd level of a spell. But it would be pretty cool if you could get the 3rd level spell before heading into the rooms. Because with that you could probably one-shot the small plants of the... Oh god, I've totally forgotten the name. The Devil Snare. You could probably one-shot the small Devil Snares, and it would make the fight with Quirrell a lot quicker. So even if you maybe don't have the upgraded Flipendo, it also makes the fight with the chess pieces a lot quicker. Well, I have thought about maybe it might be worth going for just training Incendio on these chickens. It also makes the run a little less brain dead because you actually have to do things instead of just spamming A, since Flipendo's on the top of the list here. And I think the upcoming level, or the upcoming fight, is our final fight before we level up. Let's see, this should be the last one. And there we go. So for Hagrid, we pretty much just needed to beat 5 chicken fights. We've probably done like 40 or something. Luckily we don't have to give every single chicken to Hagrid. Just 5 of them. I don't know what Harry's done with the other ones, but... There we go, that took a moment before that dialogue popped up. Alright, so now quite similar to the broom chase that we had with Malfoy, we now have to head over to Hagrid and do a similar broom chase to catch Norbert. Although in my opinion this one is a little easier because the things that get in your way to hit you are fireballs instead of the bushes, and they are a lot smaller. You don't get hit as often. Probably for every 2 or 3 Malfoy chases where I get hit once during the Norbert chase. I feel like it glitches less as well, but that could just be me. At least less intense. There he is, there's Norbert. Ah, damn it. I was hoping I'd catch Norbert in time, but unfortunately it wasn't the case. There we go. Probably like 1 or 2 pixels off. Yeah, we've got Norbert, and now our objective after we're done getting flashbanged is going to Hagrid again. And this time we will take Norbert with us in a crate and send him off to Ron's brother, cousin, one of the 2 that has dragons. Ah. There we go. Again, if we do come across a troll fight, then I might take that, but other than that I'll flee every single fight. We also don't have any teachers watching out for any out-of-bed students this time. Not that it matters too much, since the teachers have been proven to be blind at night. Okay, not too many encounters throughout the castle, luckily. there's Norbert in his crate. And I love this part of the quest because now we're just kind of waddling around with this crate on top of us. It's just such a fun little animation. Oh, damn it. Oh god. The turtles that fart on you. I still wonder where the heck that even came from. Some turtles, but in the way they're magical in this is that they shoot fireballs from their ass. Single spider. There we go. Who knows? Maybe we'll get the belt. Oh, that is the wrong spell. Nice, a crit. And 2 more hits maybe. Let's see. Oh, we got the belt. Nice. Goated. Now we make our way up to the astronomy tower, I think it's called. Or some kind of tower. Rip Malfoy. But not our problem. Ah, I didn't time that well. For those who are unfamiliar with this game, pretty much Harry, or in this case Harry and Hermione's entire body is like a hitbox for the enemy encounters. But if you walk past walls on the top like this, you minimize your hitbox a lot. So you can have a lot less encounters, but if you're walking up or down, unfortunately that doesn't happen. But luckily on the way back we don't have any encounters because Vulture's here to catch us. Now we lose a ton of points. Takes such a long time. There we go. There's Squirrel. I wanted to say Squirrel, but there's Squirrel. Up to no good again. Now we have one part where I tend to get lost from time to time, which is the Forbidden Forest. But I did practice it this morning before I went on here, and also yesterday, so I think I should know the route. There's also there's always like one or two parts where I misremember something. A lot of talking again. And here, right at the start, we have the one and only item that we pick up. Oh yeah, and whenever we're moving in one direction and don't move into another direction at all after picking up an item, Harry just sort of floats, just glides across the floor. There we go. Here's our first meetup point. And here we get to meet, I think 2 of the centaurs. Yeah, there's the other one. Talking about someone with Mars. I don't know. But we go back and we run into mob, of course. There we go. Let's see, down here, and then wait, that immediately down here again. There's Hagrid and Hermione again. And they got in trouble because Malfoy decided to scare Neville, and now we have to travel with Malfoy and Fang instead of with Hagrid and Hermione. Go over here, the forest changes color for some reason. And then through here, and it seems like I've remembered the entire forest. Nice. And Harry learns that he just had an encounter with Voldemort. Voldemort is drinking unicorn blood, which I think like extends your life or something, but it also does something to you. I forgot what. But lucky for us, despite having an encounter with Voldemort, we had a lovely centaur to save us. Now we just make our way back to the through the forest, and we pretty much go into the final part of the game. Up here. Yeah, this should be the correct route. To the left. Yeah. Ah, I didn't see that one. I don't know if I had time to react. Keep your alive if your life is cursed. I wonder in what way it would be cursed though. Alright. Home stretch. Oh, there we go. And we've made it out of the forest. Now we're just gonna make it through the school grounds, and then we're almost good to go. Think of it a good luck. We are approaching our way through all the rooms to get to the Philosopher's Stone. There's McGonagall saying our detention time is over, so we're good to go. I saw it, but my brain like registered it, but my hands didn't. I don't know. I had time to move, but I just didn't. There you go. That time I did. And we take the lovely shortcut through the Griffin's Butt. Up here. And towards the common rooms. Yeah, the fight spawns, sometimes I feel like there's some sort of algorithm in there that looks at how you're walking and it's like, let's put one here, but you know, it is a GBC game. They probably don't have that, and I'm just unlucky, but who knows? Who knows? Get our invisibility cloak back. Get flashbanged a couple of times, and now we are planning our way into, or not really planning our way into the chamber yet, but we have to fight Dumbledore. Dumbledore isn't there, unfortunately, but we do find McGonagall. McGonagall tells us that there's nothing to worry about, but obviously there is. So instead of you know, waiting out and waiting for Dumbledore, we take matter in our own hands. And before we go in there, this is our final chance to head into the shop, so I might as well stack up a little bit on some potions. Like 5 of each or something. We already got pretty good gear. There's not a lot that we can improve because all the higher tier gear that we are able to buy, I think the cheapest thing is like 5,000 or 6,000. We didn't have anything close to that amount of money, so it's not even worth checking. But we might get some gear upgrades during the upcoming section. because the chest pieces do have a small drop rate for, if I remember correctly, a cloak, a glove, and something else, I think. Yeah, if we happen to get one or more of those, it would be nice to use those, because they are very powerful items. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. How are we looking on time? Two hours? Alright. Well, this section, if it goes well, should take about 15 minutes. Who knows? Who knows? And there we go. Plan time. Hopefully either we get a crit here on one of the small tentacles. Oh, or we just get a really good hit. That's also a possibility. Oh, it's the wrong spell. There we go. Nice. Here we got some pretty good gear going, because I haven't really been able to one-shot those small tentacles before. I think it's because I normally don't really upgrade. Oh, look, we got boots there. I think it's because I normally don't really upgrade my my gloves, and sometimes I don't end up with the Bastion belt at the end. And now we've pretty much got the best gear that we could get outside of like the one tier higher that we can get from the Friend of George shop. And now we get to the first room that I absolutely hate. This room is the bane of my existence. God, I hate it. Okay. Wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. The Force does have some pretty strong enemies, but we just happen to not encounter those. But also, there's a huge jump into the Devil's Snare. We could take a potion here, but we could also just kind of go through with it, because I don't have too much HP. So the Mucus ad nauseum will pretty much take care of everything without too much issue, because they don't hit for much either. They're just very tanky, especially the last chest piece is very tanky. Last hit. There we go. And we got the we've got some great RNG with the accessories dropping here. Damn. Oh, I kind of instinctively just went for Incendio, but that's not the spell that we want here. First we want to freeze and poison. There we go. Small mistake, but it's fine. And again, we could take a potion, but not really too necessary. Nice. A very long paralysis. And we've killed it. What's with these drops? So we got a hat and a cloak. Oh, I love this attack. The motion and everything. He just bonks you on the head with his sword. So here, Flipendo is the strongest attack against this guy. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but we roll with it. And for here, I'm just gonna go Flipendo because he might get back to moving soon. Yeah, there you go. And since he does have a little more HP, might as well stun him there. And maybe... no, one more. Okay, didn't get an item there, but we did get a cloak and a hat, which is really nice. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Gonna make us a little more powerful. There is one more potion that we can find here, and now this is a run, make or break. If we can get this puzzle quickly, then we are on very good pace. Okay, there's one correct there. God, there's one correct there. Okay, okay, hold on. I've had this before where everything just has one correct, and it's... this has two correct, so... that has zero correct. Okay, 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 okay. So... this one's... correct, and this... no, wait, this one's correct, I'm guessing. That's two correct, so it's probably then... this. Yes! Oh, what an awful puzzle. What an awful puzzle. Thank you, thank you. Okay. And now we get to the last two fights. Which shouldn't be too bad. Sort of puzzle of logic. My years of doing Sudokus have finally paid off. These last two fights, they are pretty simple in essence, because we pretty much just have to stun and poison, and then we just kind of keep him stunned while doing as much damage as possible. So here I'll use a pepper up potion, and oh, we do want to use Incendio Duo here. Oh wow, that is a good crit. There we go. It's one done. Get a level up, so we're full health, full magic again. And now the final fight. But we don't stop the timer yet, because the timer stops when the ending ceremony is done. So even though this is the final fight, we do have a little bit of time to go afterwards as well. Again, oh, almost Wingardium Leviosa out there. And during this fight, Flipendo is the more effective spell. $85, that's a good hit. Let me quickly use a Pepper Up potion, because he unfreezes. Poison is always 20. I think I've tried stacking potions to see if it like goes up as well, but I don't think it does. And even if it did, I'm not sure if it would be worth during this fight. Yeah, the damage that Voldemort does here is crazy, but luckily we are able to just keep him stunned for the entire duration of the fight, so we only have to take the first hit. And with that, nice, last fight done. And now we have the final sequence. Voldemort trying to kill us, but doesn't work. And now we're coming up to the end for the timer, with the final ceremony in the Great Hall. First, we get awarded some points, and judging from the other points, Ravenclaw has gotta win. I'm pretty sure we are not able to beat Ravenclaw there. Nope. But now we can stop the time in about 3, 2, 1. Stop the timer. And there it is. Harry Potter 1 for the Game Boy Color Glitchless. I only have the chat open. I don't have the stream open. What is the final time?
2 hours, 11 minutes, and 25 seconds.
That's world record.
Really?
Yeah.
Hype.
And I think by quite a margin as well. If I recall correctly, the previous world record was by SMP with like a 2:17 something. So nice. This is world record, a great PB. Thank you guys for having me, and good luck to the next streamer.
Thank you, BentKat, and we'll just go to transition. We're ahead of schedule, so we are not sure when the next run can actually start, but we'll be back with Chungus.
Nice.